The deck was stacked against the Milwaukee Bucks in Game 4 in Indiana. Already without Giannis and Damian Lillard due to injuries, Bobby Portis was ejected in the first quarter. Despite all that, the Bucks kept it close at halftime. They went on to lose by a score of 126 to 113. Can the Bucks win Game 5 and force a Game 6? Well, we're going to talk about it, but before we do, I got to tell you about a promotion we have available at Wager Talk and SportsMemo.com. Using the promo code JS3Day, you can get all my picks for 3 days with all sports for only $29. Why would you be interested in that? Well, you should really get over to SportsMemo.com and have a look for yourself. You'll see me on the leaderboards. I'm the #1 handicapper the last 365 days, the last 500 days, the last 750 days, the last 1,000 days. It's embarrassing to tell you this, but I've cashed in 10 straight 5% top plays, 100% so far this year with NBA top plays, 7-0 with my last 7 NBA top totals. You can see it all at the leaderboards at sportsmemo.com. Use that promo code JS3Day. Get your 3-day package for only $29. Let's talk about Game 5. Pacers at the Bucks. One thing that stuck out in Game 4 was the Pacers. They made 22 three-point shots. That's a team playoff record. 22 of 43 from beyond the arc. We could expect some regression there from the Pacers. I'm kind of hoping that Indiana closes out the series. Some of you might remember that last week I gave out a pick on the game and series double for Game 2, plus 280 for the Pacers to win Game 2 and win the series. It's looking pretty good right now, despite a handful of negative comments that were calling me crazy after the Pacers didn't look very good in Game 1. But this is a lesson in sports betting. You cannot expect everything to carry over from one game to the next. And that's, as I mentioned, with the three-point shooting. They make 22 three-point shots in Game 4. You can't necessarily expect them to do that same thing in Game 5. I'm not going to touch the side here. The total of 216 looks interesting to me. Another low total. They've gone over the total now in 3 straight games in this series. The Pacers led the league in scoring by a wide margin. The second fastest team in pace of play this year. The Bucks and the Pacers, neither one of them great defensively. No reason why this total can't go over the number again. But what I'm actually going to look at is the player prop market, and we're going to look at some regression to the mean for one of the Pacers players, Tyrese Halliburton. His PRA, points, rebounds, assists, sitting at 34.5. I think that's a rather swollen number. Even with the high score in Game 4, Halliburton scored 24 points, picked up 4 rebounds, 4 assists. That's a PRA of 32, which falls below this number of 34.5. In the playoffs so far this year, he's averaging 32 for points, rebounds, assists, well below that number. He's gone under that number in 3 of 4 games. The only exception was the overtime Game 3. So when you get overtime, players might go over their number a little more often, and we're not expecting overtime in Game 5. Could happen, but we'll see. You look at Halliburton, since the All-Star break, this guy's numbers crashed, went into a total decline. In the month of April, he averaged 32.6 points, rebounds, and assists. In March, 30.4, February, 27.7. Back in January, he averaged 34. Still not the 34.5. I think that's a pretty inflated number. You look at the total for this game, 216. You keep in mind in those months that I was mentioning when Halliburton was averaging 32, 30, 27, he was playing in games on the regular with totals of 240, 250. Now the total is 216, and you want him to get 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I think that's a little optimistic. I think the odds are in our favor, fading that number, going under the total for Tyrese Halliburton's points, rebounds, assists. If you like this video, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you got anything to say to me, even if it's nasty, and I know some of you love the nasty comments, you hit me up in the comments below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Good luck. We'll see you again soon.